Hello and welcome to my first ever motovlog. Please be patient and kind. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm hoping to make this channel entertaining, show you the things I get up to, show you some of the beautiful sights like this, as you can see. And I've got a few trips coming up. Got the ABR festival coming up in June. Got Romania coming up in June also, and a couple of other big trips. So hopefully you can join me, and hopefully you enjoy this channel. The bike I ride is a XSR 700. Few modifications on there, and once I find somewhere decent to stop, I'll give you a good look at the bike. But yeah, this is the sort of area I live, so I'll be riding these kind of coastal routes, hence the name Coastal Explorer. And yeah, I just hope you like this channel, particularly if you like me waffling on. So if you're wondering where I am, this route is the Antrim coast, the coastal route. Obviously very, very scenic. Got some nice tight twisters. Very popular with bikers. And the scenery does get a lot more impressive the further you go up. Now, as I said, please bear with me. I'm not a professional, and certainly not a professional YouTuber. And as far as riding goes, I'm not a novice, but I'm certainly not a pro. Been riding bikes since I was, well, I forget when I passed my test. 2010 or something like that, I think it was. No, I think it was 2008 I passed my test. Yeah, 2008 I passed my test. So I've been riding a while. I did give up biking for a good while though. Had a little girl, and told the wife that once we had a baby, that was it, I wouldn't ride. Had an R1 when I did give it up, so that sort of explains why I gave it up, because as much as I did love the R1, it was yeah, used to ride it like an absolute flipping idiot. But did a trip in Italy with my brother-in-law and a good mate, and we rode around Lake Como on rented bikes. I had an Aprilia Touareg, and yeah, just fell in love with biking again. So that was it. I got back and I was like, right, I'm gonna have to buy a bike. Really fell in love with the Touareg, but couldn't find an Aprilia dealer here. I don't think there is one. This is up in Northern Ireland. And then sort of decided I wanted Yamaha, because I've always had Yamahas. I've had an R6, an R1. I did deviate with a Ducati once, which I absolutely loved, to be honest. But anyway, decided I wanted an R1. Sorry, a Yamaha. And I really fell in love with a 10 race 700. But the problem is they hold the value really, really well. Like even the some of the high mileage second-hand ones are still selling for like big bucks. So anyway, discovered the XSR 700. Found that it had the same engine as the Tenere 700, which is a crossplane crank CP2 engine. Went and test rode one, absolutely fell in love with it, and I was like, that's it. So stumbled across this one, which is the X Tribute, which isn't a replica, but it's a nod towards the XT500, the old XT500 Scrambler. So, and I've put a few scrambly parts on there, and like I say, what I'll do is I'll get parked up somewhere and I'll have a walk around the bike, show you what I've done to it. But yeah, so far loving being back on the bike. And I think also the other reason why I had to get a bike is because I do live so coastal and I've got a lot of good biking roads. Oh, just talking about the Tenry 700, and there's one here. Absolutely lovely bikes. That was good timing, wasn't it? But yeah, as I say, had to have a bike around here when I moved to Ireland, because there's so many really nice coastal roads. And the beauty of it is you don't have to be in a group on a bike to go exploring. Look at that. Look at that. When I moved from Nottingham to here, it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, leaving like friends and family, and never thought I'd say it, but even missing my work, it was like such a hard pull. But as much as I miss everyone and that way of life, I couldn't move back now. Just someone that's really outdoorsy like myself, all of this to look at is just, it's the most captivating place I've ever been, I think. Like I've always said, out of all the places I've visited and things like that, Ireland's by far one of my favourite places. Right, get rid of this tractor now. Yep. If you're going a bit quick down there, that could catch you out. Carrick-a-Reed rope bridge. Looks like it's closed. Ballantoy Harbour down there. It's a Game of Thrones set. Or not so much a set, but it's where Game of Thrones was filmed, or at least a couple of scenes. This exhaust is loud enough to wake the dead in that graveyard I've just passed. And believe it or not, I still have the baffle in. It's so loud. Right, I think some of these corners are deceptively tight. Definitely a test for your slow riding skills. That one creeps up on you. But how cool is this road? Look at that, imagine living there looking out over all this. Absolutely incredible. There's a nice tight one, off camber, downhill, just feathering the throttle. So this is Ballantoy Harbour. I don't know if any of you that watch Game of Thrones recognise any of it. I've only ever seen a couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, so I don't recognise it, and I couldn't tell you anything about it, which is daft really, because as I say, I live pretty much around where a lot of it's filmed, so you'd think I'd pay attention to it. This is a look at the bike, as promised. This is Ballantoy Harbour. So yeah, it's an XSR 700. I'll show you the upgrades I've put on it. Obviously, the exhaust, full decat system, SW Motec crash bars, SW Motec high rise. What do you call them? Handlebar risers. Why couldn't I think? Headlight fly screen, headlight protector, high-rise bars, Renthal pad just in keeping with the scramble look. I got these really cool small mirrors off Amazon. It's got a luggage rack on the back. Put a tail tidy on there because I had just massive sheet of plastic holding the number plate on. And the bike, I've affectionately called it the Asbo, obviously because it's really loud and noisy. And number plate's got my initials in it, but then also it says Asbo on the back, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the bike. I'll show you Ballantoy a bit better. So really is beautiful. And I could sit here and lose absolutely hours of my day. Yeah, lovely. So if you've enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel out. I'll definitely be doing more of this stuff. And there's a big trip to Romania booked. I've got the ABR booked. There'll be the NC 500 and loads of trips like this. So yeah, as I say, bear with me. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do enjoy making this kind of stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.